What's up, guys? It's Celtic here, and today I'm going to do a review of the Player's Sky figure Mass Effect 3 Tali Zorah Voss Normandy. And I must say, this figure is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning because the amount of details in this figure just wows me. I mean, how incredibly sculpted she is from head to toe. The amount of textures and details, I cannot express that enough. See how great this figure turned out to be. When I took her first out of the packaging, I was looking at her from top to bottom for a good 15 to 20 minutes. It was like, again, the amount of details is like, it's just incredible. I mean, like, I can't believe like Square Enix invested so much time with this figure, and it shows, which I'll get to more of it later on, because you know it does definitely make this a worthwhile figure, especially worth to spend the money on. And I absolutely don't regret this. I mean, I love Tali. I love this figure a lot. I noticed that there are other 4 figures of Mass Effect 3, which would be female male shepherds, as well as Garrus and Ashley. I was going to get Garrus, but I was kind of like holding off until I found out that Tali was released, and I bought her. And I was absolutely a fan of Tali because she has a very cute personality from the Mass Effect games, and you know, I like it. I mean, I like getting this figure a lot, and I plan to get the other figures later on. But put her here to the side. Quick look at the packaging. There it is. Picture of Tali holding the shotgun and the Mass Effect 3 logo. Back to the side. See the amount of poses we could put on with this figure. And a small glimpse of the Player's Sky female shepherd. Kind of like it, they actually had the warning label on the top, or the warning sign box saying, you know, choking hazards for 3 years or younger, which is kind of nice, but at the same time I kind of wish they added on the bottom of it of warning people who are being cautious, you know, not to handle this figure with care, especially for newcomers who are actually buying the Player's Sky figure for the first time. But other than that, yeah, I love this figure. She does come with a good amount of accessories. She does come with 2 interchangeable hands, both left and right, and they both can hold the shotgun and the pistol. Getting a closer look, you can see how nicely painted her hands are with the purple paint there. Very faint, but you can see it there. As well, you can see the part of the design from her suit, which carry on from the top of her hands, which is very nice. The texture is like there, you can actually feel it with your hand. She comes with both weapons. One will be the pistol, which is nicely painted. She's got this matte finish to it. It's kind of like a silver shine to it. Love it a lot. You can see the silver bits there, as well as on top of the gun. Very, very nice and detailed. Absolutely love it. And you can see some minor scuffings on the gun and the handle there. And she comes with an M27 shotgun, which is very nicely painted. Same matte finish with it, with the shiny paint. You can see it's from the handle right there, from near my thumb. Got this nice battle scar to it. Love that a lot. It's very nice reflective paint. I love it from a different angle. You can see right there. Now getting a closer look on the figure itself, you can see how incredibly detailed she is. See the honeycomb figure on that suit, which is sculpted in, and you can feel the texture from that suit, which is very, very nice. As well as the design on her hood or in her helmet. See right there. It's very nicely done. Feel the textures and the lines, and it's just like very nicely done, sculpted, and how paint applications are on it. Look at Tali's head sculpt. See, it looks very nice. Got a nice purple paint there. Got some nice sort of reflection to it. Very detailed on the mouthpiece too, as well as some nice minor detail on Tali's neck as well. I kind of wish like Square Enix would like done a little more detail on Tali's helmet, like say, like give it sort of like put some pink paint like as for eyes, you know, like she was looking behind the helmet, or at least had a translucent purple plastic, and then she would have an actual head sculpt within behind that translucent plastic, you know, look really nice though. But that's kind of one of my suggestions, but I figured at the same time, you know, well, just keep it simple, you know. I like the simple look, so that's like one of the things I would expect from Square Enix. But then again, you know, this simple look, which probably beats it a lot better. There's a great amount of detail on her arms. You can see that there's some ridges on top of her shoulder, and see from the bicep, you can see more textures there, and you can see small bits of her uniform or suit on her arm as well. and you can see that there are some ridges on her forearm there on the bottom as well as on the top. Very nice. I love how Square Enix did a great job on that. Most of my figures from Play Arts paint applications turned out great, but unfortunately for Tali, it's not the same case, because like the spot right there seems a bit missed. Kind of some black kind of just like sticking out, as well as this brownish or goldish paint kind of went into the upper part right there to the black suit. Not so much, but just a little bit, as well as right down this side right there. It's not actually fully painted, not actually close to the purple part of her armor, but still, it's not a big gripe, but it doesn't really bother me as much. And it's also worth noting that to see how much Square Enix paid attention to detail with their figures. You can see that the belt buckles right there is nicely painted in silver. Very neat and professional. Absolutely love that. See the same amount of details on Tali's back as we always see in the front, with some creases right there on her lower back. Nice clean paint of the silver of the belt buckles there. Very nice. She's got a very nice booty, like she did in the game. Very nice. See more nice clear paint on the belt buckles there. Get a focus. Okay. Very nice. And she even got more detail on her inner thighs. You can see right these ridges there. That's very insane. Like even the smallest parts, the nook and crannies of Tali, you know, they actually apply details there. You can see more of that detail outside of her thigh right here. Very faint, but you know, there are some textures to it. Very cool. And check at the bottom of this figure, you can see how nicely painted and sculpted that her belt buckle is. Nice silver paint done right there. Nice textures in the skirt there, which is made out of soft plastic, which is very nice, so that way it won't hinder the articulation on her legs. And by lifting up the skirt there, you can see more of this honeycomb pattern of her suit. Again, with it sculpted within the legs. More textures above her knee of the suit. Now look at the boots of Tali, which got this nice matte finish paint to it, which is kind of a dark gray. It was very nice, very looking shiny. Like that a lot. Not much detail on the boots, but however, on the knee guards there, you can see both left and right. So you can see the ridges there, very nicely done. As well as she got a knife that's kind of sculpted within her left leg. Got this nice silver paint on top. And it's kind of unfortunate because it seems like the knife is sculpted within her leg. It's just pretty much for show. Unfortunately, it's not removable, but I kind of wish it was, so that way Tali would have 3 weapons rather than 2, which is kind of one of the downsides of this figure. Articulation for this figure is that her head is on a ball joint, which go left and right and get range of motion. She cannot look up that much because apparently this back part of her head kind of restrains the articulation. Same thing with this small part here. She can't look down much, but very decent amount. Her arm goes outward, just like that. Very nice. She got a bicep swivel, single joint elbows, rotate left and right. Her wrist can rotate, but unfortunately for my figure, her hand cannot go up and down because apparently with my joints for her wrist seems a bit stiff. I'm pretty sure other people's figures can be able to do that function, but unfortunately mine can't. She's got an ab ball joint, which can go front and back very nicely. Side to side, not so much, very little. She does have a waist ball joint, but the thing is, the belt and this skirt here kind of restrains the articulation, so she only can go back that much and forward. She can go left and right just a little bit, but not too much, because again, this will hinder the articulation. Her legs on a ratchet joint. Let's go extend back as well as front very nicely. No thigh swivel, unfortunately, which is kind of a damn shame. I really like she has a thigh swivel as well as the past Play Arts Kai figures. Very nice touch, but unfortunately it's missing with this figure. No joint, double knee joints. No ankle swivel, unfortunately, but she does have ratchet ball joints on her foot very nicely, and she's got a foot pivot. Size comparison, she stands a little bit more taller than Lara Croft figure. Unfortunately, Tali is a bit shorter than Meryl. Overall, I highly recommend this figure. She is a definite must for any Mass Effect fan, as well as if you're a fan of Tali at all, because the paint applications on her is amazing, very clean. The amount of textures and detail on her from head to toe is simply astounding. Definitely worth the money. You will not be disappointed, and she'll be a great addition to your collection, I guarantee it. My only gripe still is just like I kind of wish this blade on her leg would be removable, but unfortunately it's just for show, which would have been really excellent if it was another weapon included, but unfortunately it isn't, and it really doesn't stop me from appreciating this figure one bit. And I cannot absolutely wait to own the rest of the figures in the Mass Effect 3 from PlayArts, and I'm definitely looking forward to future releases of the other cast of the Mass Effect 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this review would actually help your decision on buying your own Tali figure, and I'll see you next time.